All right, in this explainer, we are going to build you the ultimate playbook. It's designed to help you absolutely crush one of the toughest questions you'll face in a change management interview. Let's jump in.
So, there it is, the question. It sounds pretty straightforward, right? But trust me, your answer to this can make or break your entire interview. Why? Well, because it's designed to test not just what you know, but how you think. If you get this right, you immediately signal your strategic value.
So here's how we're going to tackle this. First, we'll break down exactly why this question is so important. Then we'll get into the nitty-gritty, the key KPIs for measuring success. After that, we'll flip the script and look at the critical red flags that scream trouble. And finally, we'll wrap it all up with a strategic takeaway that'll leave a lasting impression.
Okay, let's get one thing straight right off the bat. A lazy answer is just a laundry list of metrics. A great answer, the one that lands you the job, shows that you understand the story the data tells, and more importantly, how that story connects to the bigger business picture.
See, the thing is, the interviewer isn't really asking for a bunch of numbers. They're digging deeper. They're testing your core competencies. They want to see, can you manage risk effectively? Can you actually drive efficiency? And, the big one, do you truly understand how change management delivers real, tangible value to the business? This question. This is your shot. This is your moment to prove it.
All right, let's start building out the first part of your killer answer. We're going to zero in on the specific key performance indicators, the KPIs, that prove a change process isn't just working, but thriving. This is where you get to show off your command of the details.
And listen up, because here's a pro tip that's going to make you stand out. Don't just rattle off a list of KPIs. Group them. When you present them under clear themes like risk and stability, efficiency and maturity, it's so much more powerful. It just shows you have a structured, strategic brain. And believe me, interviewers love that.
Let's start with the absolute bedrock, risk and stability. And the single most important metric here? The percentage of unauthorized changes. The target for this is not up for debate. It has to be 0. Why? Because even one single unauthorized change can open the door to catastrophic security holes or just flat-out operational failure. It basically screams that you've lost control of the process.
And these other metrics, they help paint the full picture of just how reliable your process is. Think about it. A high percentage of changes getting it right on the first try, that tells them your planning is rock solid. A really low number of incidents caused by change, that proves you're not breaking things and disrupting the business. And a high rate of authorized changes shows that your governance process isn't just for show, it actually works.
This chart right here, it just lays it out perfectly. It shows the difference between a mature, well-oiled machine and a process that's just pure chaos. You want to see a high volume of those pre-approved, low-risk, standard changes. That's a great sign. But a high percentage of emergency changes, and that number should always be under 10, maybe even 5%, that's a massive red flag. It means you're just putting out fires all day instead of actually planning ahead.
Okay, next up, efficiency. It's great to have a stable process, but it also has to move. The change backlog is your first clue. It tells you if things are getting gummed up in the system. And then, the average time it takes to get from a request to implementation, that shows you the true speed of your process from start to finish. Ultimately, the real question these numbers answer is this: are we a business enabler or are we the bottleneck? And this, right here, is the classic tug-of-war in change management. The business is always going to push for more speed. They want things done yesterday. But they also demand total confidence that those changes won't bring everything crashing down. Your job, as the change manager, is to walk that tightrope between speed and stability, constantly fine-tuning for both.
Okay, our last theme is maturity. And honestly, this is what separates the good from the truly great organizations. A high percentage of changes that get a proper post-implementation review, or PIR, is a huge deal. It proves the organization isn't just focused on closing tickets, it's committed to learning and getting better. It shows you're actually getting smarter and stronger with every single change you make.
Okay, so you've just laid out what success looks like. Brilliant, but we're not done. The second half of a truly great answer is showing that you're smart enough to see a process that's about to fail. This is where you go from being just reactive to being genuinely proactive.
Think of these as the giant flashing warning lights on your dashboard. You'll notice they're pretty much the direct opposite of our success metrics. A sudden spike in emergency changes, a nasty pattern of change-related incidents, finding even one unauthorized change, or worse, not even bothering to review why something failed. These are the clues that tell you the system is breaking down and you need to act fast.
And I absolutely love this point because you'll hear this a lot. Some people will try to dress up a high number of emergency changes and call it being agile or responsive. The reality, it's a clear symptom of poor planning. Let's call it what it is. It's just chaos pretending to be speed.
Okay, you've shown them what success looks like. You've shown them you know how to spot failure. Now, it's time to stick the landing. You need to wrap it all up with a powerful conclusion that leaves absolutely no doubt that you are the right person for the job.
So, here's how you wrap it all up in a neat, powerful package. First, you state that a strong process always puts stability and risk management first. You protect the business, period. Second, you show you get that delicate balance between moving fast and being mature enough to learn from your actions. And third, you drive home the point that your job isn't just about reporting good news, it's about actively hunting for the first signs of trouble. It's clean, it's strategic, and it's unforgettable.
And if you really want to leave them impressed, you can hit them with a final, thought-provoking question just like this one. This move is a total game changer. It just lifts the whole conversation from metrics and process to pure business strategy. It proves you're not just thinking like a process manager, you're thinking like a strategic partner who gets how this stuff directly impacts a company's power to innovate. And that is how you nail that interview.